Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, not much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Nuro luayo, na nuro luayo. Nuro luayo, na nuro luayo. Ọ dịghị mgbe ike mmadụ ga-akarị ike Chukwu. Ọ dịghị mgbe ike Naịjirịa ga-akarị ike Biafra. Nna nuro, onye kere ụwa nuro luayo. Nna nuro, Olisa bi n'igwe nuro akwayo. Now, the news updates.
The Kenyan president Ruto has ordered Nigeria to return Mazi Kanu back to the country. The ICC is giving him a very tough time now, stating that why in the first place would the government allow someone to be kidnapped from the Kenyan airspace without due process. So now he has ordered Nigeria to return Mazi Kanu, giving them 7 days ultimatum to return Mazi Kanu back to Kenya. So how can we back this up?
My beloved brother, it is a good news and it's a lovely day to discuss this issue regard to Kenya and Mazi Kanu and Nigeria too. You know, the way it stands now, they are giving Nigeria 7 days ultimatum. The 7 days they are giving to Nigeria, have they forgotten that Nigeria is on the Nigerian bar, judiciary is on vacation? You understand? So they should be calculative, and Mr. President Ruto should, make sure that he makes some inquiries before giving an instruction.
And make an
inquiry, yes, before giving an instruction. And likewise, I use this opportunity to advise their judicial panel in Kenya that they themselves should work hand in hand to know how things are going on in Nigeria, so that before they will now pass out their own instruction. Because as it stands now, Mazi Kanu case was not actually decisively concluded on the 18th of this month. Based on what information coming to us or reaching us now, it has been postponed till October 10th, and there is no way Nigeria could rendition Mazi or return Mazi Kanu to Kenya if his case here is not being properly or conclusively concluded here in Nigeria.
But what if the case is not concluded, and then what if Kanu is being sentenced? Do you think that would
No. Kanu can never be sentenced.
Why do you say Kanu can never?
Why I say Kanu can never be sentenced is because you cannot violate a law and use that law again.
Can you buttress that point, sir?
Now, how I mean is this: according to the law, international law, regard to terrorism and regard to treason charges against Mazi Kanu.
Okay.
Mazi Kanu doesn't supposed to exceed 15 days in the custody of DSS or whatsoever before trial. And of which, as it stands now, Nigeria has violated the law. You understand? So those services and whatsoever Mazi Kanu may likely serve in jail time is what is already serving. You understand? He's already serving it.
In 5 years.
This is the 5th year. He's already serving it. So for you to violate that law, you cannot go back to that law. So definitely what he's serving already has covered the law.
But what if he's found guilty and then he is being sentenced?
He can never be found guilty. So far so good. If he's being found guilty, the guiltiness would have started from Kenya. Because both of them, they are both parties who plan and plot for this, of which vindication has started in Kenya. Although Omotoso may be playing a decisive of the seats in Nigeria here, but so far so good. The one that has played so far, Mazi Kanu, is winning. So you cannot just, I know in Nigeria because there is no truth in Nigeria. Nigeria is too biased when it comes to Igbo things. Biafran man, Igbo man things. You understand? But no matter their biasness, they cannot go against the law, because that law they have violated, we still stand to speak against them the more. Of which the more they violate the law, the more the law goes against them. And the more Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has upper hand, even before the international community.
But what role did Kenya play in this? Now that ICC and the World Court is actually coming hand in, because for Kenya president to have come out to make a such statement, that means there is no something is hidden.
And not this hidden, is fishing.
Okay.
See, when you want to rendition somebody, there are times and conditions which that person must be rendited to your country, and you must follow it according to the procedures of the constitution regard to the two nations and to regard to the person's rights. You get it? So all these conditions need to be in place so that when you are renditioning a person, you will not be guilty of your actions.
You will not be guilty of
the actions. But in the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Kenya violated it. Likewise, Nigeria violated it. You must not kidnap somebody. You have rights to arrest somebody, but you don't have rights to kidnap somebody.
But was Kanu kidnapped?
Yes, Kanu was kidnapped. He was not arrested.
Because the state government was aware. But the state government in Kenya, I mean the former president of Kenya. Now, don't you think that his actions have put Kenya into trouble now?
See, the action of the former president of Kenya is what that put Kenya into trouble. And that action was as a result of unknown to them. You know, when you don't know something, there's a word that I used to say, what person don't know is bigger than him. So Kenya did not know some certain things in regard to the action the Nigerian government pushed them to embark on. But first and foremost, was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu not in London with the British passport? Why is it that Nigeria did not kidnap him, or British did not bargain in bringing Kanu to Nigeria? Hello? Why didn't they join force? After all, they are the one that colonized Nigeria. They are the one that give Nigeria partial independence. You understand? So out there then wash their hand off. Remember, there was a time regard to this Kanu case, the president visited King Charles, and he told him that the British hand, they don't have any issue regard to Mazen and the Kanu case. They have washed their hand. You forgot? So you understand? So why is it that it is non-Kenya instead of the British? That is to tell you there is something more fishing which Kenya did not know about Kanu, and now they have involved themselves, and of which now that which they have involved themselves into is what they are trying to pull themselves out from.
But do you think that they can exonerate themselves? Because now the president is facing a huge challenge from the World Court. They are disturbing him, and now he is disturbing Nigeria.
Yes, you know, as it is, as it stands now, according to the international law, the international bodies are coming with their law regard to war controls every nation.
Regards to war control every nation.
You understand? With war controls every nation. That is the angle they are coming at to tackle Kenya. And who mislead Kenya to be involved in this mess is Nigeria. You see why
they mislead Kenya?
Yes. You see why they themselves are now like tackling Nigeria. Give us, after all, we are the one that give you this person. You kidnap him in our country with our own concept, okay, and our own backup and support. So now we want to do what? Solve this issue by collecting it from Nigeria back and settling it. Kanu, or the case between us settle. Then let Nigeria go back, and if they can go back and follow the due procedure.
So, but
let them do that. But not to this platform again.
Do you think that system or that logic would work?
It cannot work again, because the way it goes now, it's a pave way for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for what he's looking for.
It has paved way for you. I don't understand.
What I mean,
did it pave way for you?
It paved way because you kidnapped him. And as he's going now, you say you are trying him in Nigeria. Kenya have followed the procedures and Kanu has won.
My people, on don't hear them now. What do you make of it? Drop your comments. But remember, it's Biafra or nothing. Bye for now.